Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. This is Anthony. I'll be hosting today, and I'm joined today by the indomitable, I did not say that word right, indomitable Steven.
Yo!
And we had a few things we wanted to talk about today. So first of all, a recent announcement from Nintendo that's kind of exciting. If you probably already saw it, but they shadow dropped an announcement for Pikmin 3 Deluxe. And that's a pretty big deal. You know, I think as far as Wii U exclusives, there's only two big ones left. Mario 3D World and Xenoblade Chronicles X. So it almost seems like it's just a matter of time.
Hold on. You're thinking about Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, well,
I want that one.
I mean, that was a good game. I guess I don't know if I would have put it on the same tier, but yes.
It was my favorite all-time Yoshi game of all time.
Okay, well then Yoshi's Woolly World 2. But it kind of seems like the Switch is basically the surrogate Wii U game machine.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
Saving all of those poor games stranded on that deserted island that was the Wii U. Anyway. So this is a pretty big deal. Pikmin 3 was a really good game, at least by all accounts. I didn't actually play it, but it makes me very interested. At least I did play it a little bit, and it seemed pretty fun. I think maybe one of the reasons why I didn't go beyond that and, actually play the whole game myself is sometimes I'm tend to be a bit OCD, and that game really brings that out. Like, I didn't play that level perfect enough. But I can rein it in. This is looking like a good one.
Awesome. I actually did beat it, and it was actually really good. I don't know if I'm going to double dip on this one or not, but still, they've got some pretty cool improvements that they're doing. I'm curious to see how they're going to manage the controls now that they don't have the gamepad and you don't have the nunchuck and Wii remote anymore. I don't know. Like, Pikmin.
I have to say this might actually be one that I do pick up, because the addition of the new co-op mode is probably the thing that's going to pull me in, if anything, because I'm always looking for a good couch co-op game to play with my wife, and I could see this one being one we would enjoy together. So I'm pretty curious. And with all of the DLC packaged in from the Wii U original, and the new prologue and epilogue featuring Olimar, as well as evidently some difficulty settings that you can set, and a couple other things. It sounds like this is basically the definitive edition of the game. And so, for as a person who missed out on the first time round, I'm kind of interested in picking up this one. I'll just have to see where it fits into my backlog in my wallet. But this is good news, especially for Pikmin fans. What I think people are hoping, though, is that this isn't a sign that, that this isn't what Pikmin 4 turned into. Hopefully they're still working on that as well, because they'll have a lot of disappointed fans if this is what they're doing instead. But there's not any reason to suspect that just yet. It's a concern, but hopefully not an actual thing.
Yes. No, I totally agree with you.
But anyway, so yeah, that's the big piece of news there. But then we also wanted to talk about some recent sales figures that are kind of mind-blowing for the Switch. Steven, you want to take the reins?
I sure do. Now, most of you all know Animal Crossing New Horizons is now the second best-selling Nintendo Switch title, which is incredible. It's so awesome. It's only being beat by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has 26 million plus copies sold, and Animal Crossing is just behind it at 22. So that's pretty incredible for just a few months of being out. And you may say it's because of the pandemic, which I agree. It was perfectly released. But Animal Crossing, on top of that, is just a plain good franchise, a good series, and this is the best selling game in the series. And I just think it's a huge milestone for the Animal Crossing developers, and just great job. Give me more.
Yeah. It's a big one. I'm guessing it's going to overtake Mario Kart, because Mario Kart has had a few years now to build up that much sales, and Animal Crossing has had 5 months?
Yes.
Almost 5 months.
Yep. It's incredible. This is awesome. Makes me so happy. Another area where they're killing it is Anthony's Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Yeah, no, that one kind of made me happy too. Last I saw, it said, based on what I read, as of the end of June 30th, it had sold 1.32 million copies, which makes it Monolith Soft's fastest selling game ever. And I'm guessing at this rate it's set to overtake Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is, as I understand it, their best-selling game ever overall. So, you know, that's huge, because Xenoblade has been out for almost, it's been like 2.5 years. It came out at the end of 2017.
Well, when he says it's close to outselling Xenoblade Chronicles 2, he really means that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has 1.73 million copies sold, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, in just the months it's been out, has sold 1.32 million.
Yeah, pretty big deal.
We are close.
I'm really, I wouldn't be surprised if it passes it up, and I hope this means good things for the future of the franchise, because I want to see a Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I want them to do more with the original cast, you know, Shulk and Ryan, have everyone come back, and I just want the series to continue. So that made me really happy to see that it was doing so well. But in fact, that's not all too, and I think that going back to Animal Crossing, it's probably mostly thanks to that game. But evidently, over this last quarter, Nintendo reported a 5-fold increase in profits.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I heard. Times 5.
Dang!
They're on fire, and it is because of Animal Crossing. We're just going to have to be honest. But it's...
Over here doing a dance. You can't see it, but I'm dancing.
It's a good time to be a Nintendo fan.
It is. Oh,
now let's just hope.
Okay, now let's just use our imaginations for a second, Anthony.
Okay.
How different would this pandemic situation be on Nintendo if the pandemic happened during the Wii U days?
Well, it was basically dead already, you know. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'll repeat my earlier statement about a abandoned, deserted island.
I don't think there would have been an island at that point.
No.
I really don't. I don't think Nintendo would have gone out of business, but it would have really, really crippled them. We won't even go there.
Anyway, let's just hope that with all this success they're having right now, that soon we'll start hearing some actual more gaming news. You know.
I agree, because it really sucks when you're right. I remember at the beginning of this year when I was talking to Anthony here on this channel, and I said Nintendo's not going to have any Nintendo Directs this year because of the pandemic. They're just going to shadow drop everything. Mm-hmm. And I was really hoping I was wrong, but so far I've been right.
So far, I mean, in our last episode though, we did talk about how there's a rumor for a Direct this month. At this point, I'm not even putting stock in our own video anymore. I'm just like, you know what? I can't let myself be burned again. So,
Anthony!
You know, I'm hopeful, but I'm not counting.
You're bashing our own channel on our channel like I did.
Hey, didn't you do that very thing in the last episode too? I swear we talked about that.
I did. Well, it's because you can't get your hopes up, man. You get your hopes up and then you're crushed. Dude, that July Direct was the worst. My hype level was way higher than it should have been.
We were all expecting a general Direct, and when we saw that it was a mini and then it was a partner showcase, I was just like, oh, well, I'm not expecting much anymore.
We don't want any more shadow drops, but we'll take them because it's better than not getting anything. But we like to hear the announcement too, Nintendo. Even if it's
please.
You know, a Direct with 2 games with the rest of the year. We don't care. Just tell us what we're going to play.
As long as they're good games.
Hashtag
I mean,
Zelda.
There's nothing stopping them from releasing multiple games at once, other than perhaps, you know, wanting to capitalize on sales. So I guess
Zelda
plausible.
will win.
I guess we'll see. But at the very least, we know that they're doing really well as a company right now, and so hopefully that, you know, pumps some resources into their game development so they can actually do more and tell us more.
No distractions. Shut the door and lock it and keep.
Well, except maybe not for the silence part, because we do want to hear the updates.
Yes.
Work in concentration, but with constant communication.
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
That was a lot of C words.
Man, I'm gonna have to speed that part of the video up so you can hear that faster and faster and faster. That was great.
So anyway, let us know what you guys think about the announcement of Pikmin 3, if you think you'll be picking it up, and if you're excited about that, what you think about how well Nintendo is doing, and what you hope that means for the future of, the things they tell us are coming, and other things.
Zelda, December 2020.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, they're not crossed. They're folded.
So until next time, guys, keep it nerdy.